ever find your thumb scrolling all by itself at 2 in the morning? Your room is dark. The glow of the screen paints your face with a cold light. Your eyes keep catching headlines and faces and tiny flickering promises. This next thing will matter. This next thing will satisfy. Minutes pass. An hour slips away, and somehow, when you finally set the phone down, you feel emptier than when you began. That experience is so common it's almost a ritual. We call it doomscrolling, but beneath the headlines and the infinite feed, something older is happening. Something that Carl Jung understood long before smartphones existed. We're not just looking for news, we're looking for meaning. Or more precisely, we're trying to fill a hunger we don't want to name. Let's sit in that moment. It's late. The day is quiet, and with the quiet comes a discomfort. A buzzing in the chest, a restlessness. Your body is tired, but your mind is circling. You don't want to think about the conversation you avoided. You don't want to feel the sadness you pushed aside. You don't want to face the question that has no ready answer. Is this really my life? And then, swipe. A little jolt, a new image, a new voice, a new outrage, a little anesthesia. Jung would call this a meeting with the shadow at the doorway of sleep. The shadow is not evil. It is everything we have not yet included in our idea of who we are. The feelings we reject. The truths we postpone. The needs we were taught to distrust. At night, when the persona, the mask we wear for the world, slips a little, the shadow steps forward. It wants to be heard. It speaks in discomfort, in restlessness, in a low ache of incompletion. And just when it speaks, our hand reaches for a bright, bottomless river. Why does the feed feel bottomless? Jung might point to the trickster, an archetype of mischief, inversion, and endless novelty. The trickster promises a shortcut to wholeness. It distracts us from the hard work of feeling. It reduces depth to spectacle. It turns the sacred into a scroll within a scroll. The trickster is not our enemy. It's a messenger who says, if you will not go deeper, I'll keep you circling forever. There's another layer. The glow of the phone, an artificial sun, confuses our inner night. The psyche needs darkness to dream. It needs silence to hear the faint, true voice. Late at night we scroll instead of dream. We consume images instead of generating them. We may even mistake relevance for meaning. But relevance is a machine that feeds on attention. Meaning is different. Meaning is the golden thread that quietly ties your day to your soul. So what is the hunger behind doomscrolling? Jung would say it's a hunger for psychic nourishment, a longing for connection with the self, the deep center of the psyche. We want a feeling of being led. We want to know the day had a shape. We want our pain to belong to a story. The feed imitates that structure, a sequence, a rhythm, a phantom narrative. But it cannot give us the thing it imitates. It can only delay the meeting with ourselves. Notice how your scrolling shifts when you're in pain. You look for outrage to match your inner heat, or for sweetness to cool it, or for novelty to numb it. We scroll in different ways, but the engine is the same, a refusal or a fear of conversation with the shadow. This isn't a moral failure, it's a survival habit. Somewhere inside, the child learned that deep feelings were too loud for the room. So the adult learns to keep things moving, keep the thumb moving, keep the mind busy, keep the heart quiet. Jung's compassion begins here. He would not shame the scroller, he would listen to them. He'd ask, who is scrolling right now? Which part of you? Imagine that question in your own night. Who in you cannot put the phone down? Is it the frightened child, the hyper-vigilant guard, the lonely dreamer who wants to be found? Or the rebel who won't let the day end because it never felt like it began? Let's try a gentle experiment. Next time you feel the urge to scroll, don't fight it at first. Place your phone where you can see it. Put your hand on your heart. 3 breaths. Then ask softly, what am I avoiding? not as an accusation but as an invitation. See what answers arise. A face, a sentence, a fear. Maybe it's that your life feels off trajectory. Maybe it's the dull ache of loneliness. Maybe it's a dream you're afraid to admit you still want. Whatever appears, say, I see you. And if nothing appears, that's an answer too. It means the door is still opening. Jung believed the psyche speaks in images, so we need to give it a theater. Create a tiny night altar, nothing elaborate, a candle, a bowl, a page and a pen. Before bed, give the shadow 3 minutes. Write one line about what today demanded of you. One line about what you felt. One line about what you avoided. Put the page in the bowl and light the candle. You have already done more to meet yourself than an hour of scrolling could ever do. You might say, but the urge is strong. The feed pulls me without asking. That's the mark of a complex, an autonomous pattern inside the psyche that has its own gravity. When the complex takes the wheel, we feel acted upon. Jung's remedy was not crushing willpower. It was relationship. When the urge hits, imagine standing behind the scroller in you. Literally visualize another you, compassionate and steady, standing behind the part that is reaching for the phone. Say, I'm here with you. Let's look together. This shifts you from identification to witness. The complex loosens. A little space appears. There's a second practice, a simple one. The 3-image descent. When you catch yourself scrolling, pause at once after the next 3 images. Ask, how do these 3 touch me? Not do I like them? But what did they stir? Maybe they stirred envy or longing or dread. Name it, then follow that feeling down 1 step. Envy of what? Longing for what? Dread of what? You are already converting the infinite horizontal into a vertical drop, away from the river of other people's lives and into the well of your own. Here's something surprising. The shadow is not trying to punish you. It's trying to complete you. The feelings you avoid at night are the ingredients of your next day's strength. Anxiety can become orientation. Sadness can become tenderness. Anger can become boundary. But if the feelings are never digested, they ferment into restless scrolling. Think of doom-scrolling as undigested life. The cure is not abstinence alone, it's digestion. Remember dreams? Not the epic ones, just the small ones that used to brush your mornings with a strange light. Doom-scrolling steals dreams, and dreams are a nightly letter from the self. If you want to break the loop, make a bargain with your psyche. I'll give you my last 10 minutes tonight. You give me a scrap of dream in the morning. Put the phone across the room. Set a tiny lamp beside your bed. Before sleep, write one question to your unconscious. What am I not seeing? Or what wants to grow? The psyche loves questions. It may answer with an image, a phrase, a feeling when you wake. We often think the phone is the problem, but the phone is a mirror. It amplifies whatever we bring to it. During the day, give your attention a home. Choose one thing to do with devotion. Wash a dish with devotion. Walk to the mailbox with devotion. Listen to a friend without planning your reply. The psyche that feels fed by day is less frantic by night. The more your hours carry meaning, the less you need the feed to imitate it. You might worry, if I stop doom scrolling, I'll miss something important. That fear has a shape. It's the fear of being unprepared, of being left out, of being unsafe in a world that moves faster than the soul. Jung would remind us, the soul does not move at the speed of updates. It moves at the speed of symbols. It changes when we meet an image that feels true. That meeting can happen in a headline, but more often it happens in a quiet conversation with yourself. Mid-roll invitation. What's the one feeling your nightly scrolling tries to avoid? Loneliness, anger, fear, or something else? Share a word in the comments to name it. If this is helping you see your night differently, tap like and subscribe so we can keep exploring these inner maps together. There's a practical boundary that helps. The threshold ritual. Decide where your day ends. A chair by a window. A corner of the floor. 10 minutes before you go to bed, sit there and tell the truth on paper, not the whole truth. Just enough to feel the air clear inside. 1 paragraph. What today asked of me, what I gave, what I withheld, what I want to remember. Then close the notebook and place it on the floor. Put your hand on it and say, I will carry only what fits. You have just given your unconscious instructions for the night. Another tool, the 2-phone trick with 1 phone. Turn your home screen into a sanctuary. Remove the icons that drag you into the river. Move them to a folder named Crossing. Place the apps that nourish you on the first page. Notes, audio recorder, breath, a photo album named Proof of Life with 5 images that remind you you're real. Your grandmother's hands. A sunrise you actually saw. Your dog asleep on your feet, the plant you kept alive. A line of a poem. When you pick up the phone at night, let it become a doorway back to yourself. Some nights you'll still scroll, and that's all right. On those nights, make the scrolling conscious. Choose a number, 20 images, and then stop. Afterward, write down the most charged image you saw. Don't judge it. Draw it badly in the margin. Ask, why did you choose me? The psyche will answer, not always in words, but in a tilt of feeling. You have transformed consumption into conversation. If you live with another person, include them. Name your nights. Tonight is a quiet night, or tonight is a listening night. Speak your intention aloud, not as a rule, but as a wish your house can hear. The psyche loves ritual because ritual is embodied meaning. When you change how the night feels, the urge to escape it softens. There's a deeper promise beneath all of this. Jung called it individuation, the slow, honest becoming of who you are. Doomscrolling is the opposite shape. It makes us more like everyone else. Individuation requires friction. It asks us to feel the life we have and to move toward the life we want, one truthful act at a time. Each night you choose to meet yourself. You make a tiny vote for your own reality. You may discover that the hunger you tried to feed with updates is a hunger for wonder. Wonder is not scarcity. It's the sense that life has more layers than the surface can hold. You don't need to earn wonder. You need to notice it. Put your phone down and open the window. Listen to the ordinary night, the refrigerator hum, the distant car, the leaf that taps the glass. Let the smallness of it be enough. The unconscious comes on little feet when we stop insisting. And if the urge still rises like a tide, remember, you are not failing. You are meeting a patient teacher. Sit with the feeling for 1 breath longer than last night, then 1 more. Courage grows by minutes, meaning returns by inches. There will come a night when you notice the phone glowing across the room and you smile because you recognize the old bargain. You will choose to light your small candle instead. You will choose to ask a small, earnest question. And in the morning, you will wake with a line of dream you want to write down before it fades. The world will still move at 1,000 frames a minute, but your soul will keep its own time. And when your soul keeps time, the urge to run after everything loosens its hold. You will be less impressed by the feed's urgency and more loyal to your own rhythm. That rhythm is where meaning lives. That rhythm is where you meet the self, quiet, patient, and glad you finally looked up. Tonight, if you remember nothing else, remember this. The scroll is endless, but your attention is holy. Give a little of it back to the life that is waiting for you just beyond the glow.